Look who's here, former economic advisor to former President Trump, Steve Moore. Steve, Democrats still have not returned their tens of millions in campaign donations. Some of them are giving them to charity. I mean, this guy now running the bankruptcy, he's the guy running it. He liquidated Enron. He's saying he's speechless. He's never seeing anything like it, Steve. Just let me walk you through the numbers. It's like throwing money into a furnace. Only 740 million, lowercase m, in Magic Bean's cryptocurrency. That's left against anywhere from $10 billion to even $50 billion in liabilities, Steve.
So this was the classic Ponzi scheme. We remember we saw this about 15 years ago, with the Bernie Madoff scandal. And by the way, don't forget, Liz, guess who he gave all his campaign contributions to? Democrats. It's amazing how many of these crooks are big Democrat campaign contributors. Now, here's the important thing about this, is this was money that was basically defrauded from investors. It was a fraud scheme. He's a criminal. This was a crime. This was theft.
We got to go through the bankruptcy filing. This guy, Steve, he personally, Sam Bankman-Fried, he took $1 billion loan out of Alameda Research. That's FTX sister company. Right. His co-founder took out a $500 million loan. Also, company money was blown on luxury homes in the Bahamas. There was no accounting department, even no listing of customer liabilities in the financial statements. We know he took from Peter to pay Paul $8 billion, but he packed his FTX board with CFTC officials who worked under George W. and under Obama, even the former representative chair of House Agricultural. Then he sat down and met with the Biden White House, the CFTC, and the SEC and Congress to weaken government oversight of crypto exchanges.
Yeah, so he was, basically what you're saying is that he was buying off these Democrats to give him cover. Now, the first important point is that it is a matter of moral ethics that these Democrats who received, and we don't know the exact amount of money, but it was well over $50 million that was basically given to Democratic campaigns. Those candidates have a moral responsibility and maybe a legal responsibility. I'm not a lawyer, to return that money, and it should go into a fund so that money can be returned to the investors. The Democrats are resisting that, Liz. They don't want to do it.
Yeah, why? Here's the thing. I covered corporate accounting scandals. It's circular. Here's what goes on. FTX gave big campaign donations to politicians. Then they lobbied lawmakers and government officials, also Congress. Congress approves the budget and paychecks for those market cops. He was hiring CFTC market cops to sit on the board. So you see how it's circular. So what's going on is he demanded the CFTC be his only regulator, not the SEC, that the CFTC alone would only them would clear his company's crypto trades, no middlemen, no guardrails, no intermediaries. He wanted to use algorithms rather than brokers to help clear trades.
And by the way, this is exactly what happens over time with almost all regulatory agencies. They get captured by the industries that they're supposed to be regulating, right? This has been happening for 40 years. This is just an extreme example. I got to tell you, this isn't the only company that is doing this. So there's two issues. One is we have to keep pressure. I hope you will at Fox News and Fox Business. Keep pressure day after day that these Democrats have to give this money back. Number two, I'm not convinced that more regulation is the issue here. We had a major financial scandal in 2008, which was one of the biggest financial scandals in American history, with the housing crisis. And that was the most regulated industry of all. The housing mortgage industry was basically run by the government. So I'm not one who says, oh, now we have to run in and regulate the cryptos, because the problem with that, Liz, and I'm on the board of a crypto company. The reason that investors like cryptos is because they are not controlled by government, that they're alternatives to the Federal Reserve and the central bankers and the fiat currency. So we'll see how that all evolves. But this is a mega scandal that is right at the doorstep of the Democratic Party.
Steve Moore, come back soon. It's great to have you on. It's good to see you.
Okay, thanks, Liz.